Don't be angry with wrongdoers. Philosophers say that people are all guided by a single standard. When they assent to a thing, it is because they feel it must be true. When they dissent, it is because they feel something isn't true. And when they suspend judgment, it is because they feel that the thing is unclear. Similarly, they say that in the case of impulse, people feel that its object must be to their advantage, and that it is impossible to consider any one thing advantageous and desire something different, or consider one thing right and have an impulse to do something else. If all this is true, then what grounds do we have for being angry with anyone? We use labels like thief and robber in connection with them, but what do these words mean? They merely signify that people are confused about what is good and what is bad. So should we be angry with them, or should we pity them instead? Show them where they go wrong and you will find that they'll reform. But unless they see it, they are stuck with nothing better than their usual opinion as their practical guide. Well, shouldn't we do away with thieves and degenerates? Try putting the question this way. Shouldn't we rid ourselves of people deceived about what's most important, people who are blind, not in their faculty of vision, their ability to distinguish white from black, but in the moral capacity to distinguish good from bad? Put it that way and you'll realize how inhumane your position is. It is as if you were to say, shouldn't this blind man and this deaf man be executed? Because if loss of the greatest asset involves the greatest harm, and someone is deprived of their moral bearings, which is the most important capacity they have, well, why add anger to their loss? If you must be affected by other people's misfortunes, show them pity instead of contempt. Drop this readiness to hate and take offense. Who are you to use those common curses like "these damned fools," etc.? Let them be. Since when are you so intelligent as to go around correcting other people's mistakes? We get angry because we put too high a premium on things that they can steal. Don't attach such value to your clothes and you won't get angry with the thief who takes them. Don't make your wife's external beauty her chief attraction and you won't be angry with the adulterer. Realize that the thief and the adulterer cannot touch what's yours, only what is common property everywhere and not under your control. If you make light of those things and ignore them, who is left to be angry with? As long as you honor material things, direct your anger at yourself rather than the thief or adulterer. Look at it this way. You have beautiful clothes and your neighbor does not. You have a window and want to give them an airing. The neighbor does not know what man's good consists in, but imagines it means having beautiful clothes, the opinion you happen to share. It's a foregone conclusion that he's going to try and steal them. I mean, when starving people see you gobbling down food all by yourself, you know one of them will make a grab at it. So don't provoke them. Don't air your clothes at the window. Something similar happened to me the other day. I keep an iron lamp by my household shrine. Hearing a noise from my window, I ran down and found the lamp had been lifted. I reasoned that the thief who took it must have felt an impulse he couldn't resist. So I said to myself, tomorrow you'll get a cheaper, less attractive one made of clay. A man only loses what he has. I lost clothes. Yes, because you had clothes. I have a pain in the head. Well, at least you don't have a pain in the horns, right? Loss and sorrow are only possible with respect to things we own. But the tyrant will chain... What will he chain? Your leg? He will chop off... What? Your head? What he will never chain or chop off is your integrity. That's the reason behind the ancient advice to know thyself. We should discipline ourselves in small things and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, practice not cursing. Don't curse every time you have an earache. And I'm not saying that you can't complain, only don't complain with your whole being. If your servant is slow to bring you a bandage, don't roll around and yell, "Everybody hates me." Who wouldn't hate such a person? Walk upright and free, trusting in the strength of your moral convictions, not the strength of your body, like an athlete. You weren't meant to be invincible by brute force, like a pack animal. You are invincible if nothing outside the will can disconcert you. So I run through every scenario and consider them as an athlete might. He lasted the first round, how will he do in the second? What if it's hot? What if it's the Olympics? Similarly, if you entice him with money, he will turn up his nose. But what if it's a pretty girl whom he meets in the dark? What if you tempt him with fame, or test him with censure, or applause, or death? All these he can handle. But what if it's really sweltering? That is, what if he's drunk, or delirious, or dreaming? If he can come through safely under all these conditions, well, that's the invincible athlete so far as I'm concerned.